Hello everyone. Do you know who is great student? Of course friends, each and every student is unique in one or the other field. But the great student matters a lot. Yes. The person who utilizes proper time at this improper period, and he is the great student. Before Corona, we were always forcing you to do this work, that work, homework, assignment, attendance, seminars, sports and cultural activities. But right now, you are totally free. You are flying like a bird. You can do anything according to your wish, but you can go anywhere according to your wish. So, my best suggestion is take a right decision at this wrong time and change this wrong time into the right time. Then only you will become so genius student forever. Okay, friends, listen carefully. When fisherman cannot go to sea, what he does? He repairs their nets. I hope guys you are repairing yourself by watching academic videos. We have been uploading in this platform Kumadvati FGC Academic. So please do watch all videos and encourage us to do more online classes and online fest. So whatever comes in life, friends, we should be very active. I think you have heard active voice and passive voice in my last session. Let's begin the same session. Yes. I'm your English tutor. Today we're gonna learn how to change active voice into a passive voice. Okay? No one asks the meaning of what is active voice and what is passive voice, particularly in examinations. They might ask, change active voice into a passive voice. So that you have to learn how to change active voice into a passive voice. Here, changing active voice into a passive voice is really big deal. But if you learn few techniques, definitely it will be very easy to change active voice into a passive voice. Okay, let's learn a few techniques to change active voice to a passive voice. First and foremost, identify the structure of a sentence. What is the grammatical structure of English language? That is subject, verb and object. This is the grammatical structure of a sentence. As you know already in the last class we have already learned this technique. Okay, first identify the structure. Then you have to change the same grammatical structure into a object, verb and subject. See, subject comes at the place of object and object comes at the place of a subject. Like subject, verb, object, that is changed into a object, verb and subject. Let's take an example. Reena writes a letter. Reena is a subject, writes is a verb, letter is an object. Okay, here the structure is reversing, like a letter is written by Reena. Here subject, verb and object. This letter comes at the beginning, like a letter is written is a verb, written by Reena. Reena is a subject, subject comes at the end of a sentence. So, very simple, no problem at all for this first technique, that is identify the sentence of a structure, subject, verb, object and change this sentence structure into a object, verb and subject. Reena writes a letter is active voice. A letter is written by Reena is passive voice. This is first technique. introduce be forms in a passive voice sentences. Be forms is, am, are, and do form do, does, did, and have forms are have, has, and had. Add be forms according to the tense where we used in a sentences. Okay. This example where we have taken in this session is Reena writes a letter. This is in a simple present tense. So we need to use be form is. Okay. Here a letter is written by Reena. A letter is a singular letter, means Reena wrote only one letter, no? So that a letter is, if she wrote many letters, then it will become as letters are, something like that. But this is in a simple present tense and she wrote only one letter. That's the reason a letter is written by Reena. Okay. So this is very simple and this is a second technique to change active voice into a passive voice. Third technique is add past participle form to the verb. Okay. Here we have V1, V2 and V3. V1 means verb 1 like a present form of a verb. V2 is past form of a verb and V3 is past participle form. Here, if a sentence has a simple present tense like a verb V1 is there, V1 is changed into V3. Like, let's take an example. Write might be written. Okay. Walk changed into walked. Dance changed into danced. Sing, sung. These are all V3 form of a verb. So, verb should be changed into, V1 should be changed into V3 form. Like, add past participle form of a given verb. So that the sentence is letter is written. Written is a V3 form of a writes. So, a letter is written by Reena. This is the third technique. And fourth technique is add preposition by, that is by. So this is a very simple technique. You have to follow this technique in every sentence. By should be mandatory for all sentences. Okay, especially in passive voice sentences. Here a letter is written by Reena. Okay, who wrote a letter here? Reena only wrote a letter. That's the reason in order to highlight this object we have to mention a preposition, that is by. Okay, add preposition by in a passive voice. This is fourth technique to change active voice into passive. The fifth technique is pronouns should be changed in a passive voice. And what are the pronouns? Okay, I, we, you, he, she, it and they. These are all the pronouns. Okay, here there's I should be changed into me, we changed into us, you as it is you, he, him, she, her, they, them, it changed into as it is it. See, pronouns should be changed in this passive voice. This is fifth techniques to follow. Change active voice to a passive voice. All sentences cannot be changed into a passive voice. Only when a sentence has a transitive verb, then only it is changed into a passive voice. Then what is this transitive verb? Okay, let's look at a couple more examples. The first example is I met Arun. In this sentence, met is a transitive verb. How it is called as a transitive verb? Yes, because met is a verb and moreover it has subject I and object Arun. So I and Arun both subject and object. In this sentence, a verb is a met. It has both subject and object. Then only it is called as a transitive verb, and this sentence can be easily changed into a passive voice. And one more example. She cooked delicious food, and she and delicious food is both subject and object, and cooked is a not only verb, cooked is a transitive verb. Why it is transitive verb? Because this cooked has both subject she and object delicious food. Okay, let's take one more example. She is dancing and he is sleeping. Okay, and these two examples are not a transitive verb. So because it doesn't has a subject and object. She is a subject, dancing is a it is continuous continuous tense like a verb. So it doesn't has a object. Okay, it has only subject she. Like this, he is sleeping. He is this sentence has only object. It doesn't has a subject. So this is not a transitive verb. Okay, the sentence can be changed only the sentence has a transitive verb in it. The meaning of a transitive verb is when the sentence has both subject and object, then only this sentence is called as transitive sentence. This is a sixth technique to change active voice into a passive voice. Few tenses cannot be converted into passive voice. Let's see the four tenses. The first one is present perfect continuous tense. Second one is past perfect continuous tense. Third one is future continuous tense, and the fourth tense is future perfect continuous tense. And these four tenses are not at all changed into a passive voice. If you got these type of examples, so you don't need to change active voice into a passive voice. Okay, so before changing the sentence into a passive voice, please look at these 7 very simple techniques, and then only change the sentences into a passive voices. Okay, this is a 7 techniques to change active voice into a passive voice. These are all 7 simple techniques to change active voice into passive voice. Thanks for watching this video. Have a pleasant day.